Welcome to championship season, where you'll become one of the elite on the grid vying for success. Now it's your turn. Travel the world and take part in the ultimate racing event. This is championship season mode.
And the cracks began to show.
Hello everyone and welcome to Formula 1 2015. Today we're playing the career mode for the first time on this game. I chose to do it with Max Verstappen because, well, for one, he's almost as old as me. He's born in the same year as me, 1997. So he's like almost 18, I think, in a bit. I turned 18 in February. That's a nice fact there for you. And also he lives not so far from me. I think his mother is Belgian and I am from Belgium, so yeah, he's Dutch, of course. But yeah, I think it's time to go now. So yeah, let's go.
Welcome to Melbourne, where the practice session is about to start for this weekend's Australian Grand Prix. The pre-race talking is over. Now it's time for the drivers to show their worth. The teams will be visiting tracks across 5 continents as they battle it out for both the drivers and the Constructors' Championships. What race on the calendar do you think the teams will have a special eye on this year?
Well, I think the teams will be looking forward to the Mexican Grand Prix, which is being held back at the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez in Mexico City. It was last run way back in 1992.
This year sees Honda return to the sport, reforming one of the greatest partnerships in F1 history with McLaren. Do you think they can rekindle the success they had during the 80s and the 90s?
It won't be easy, but yes, I think so. It's been a tough few years for McLaren with the loss of Hamilton, Mercedes withdrawing as a shareholder and major investor in the team, and losing technical director Paddy Lowe. This could mark the start of their return to prominence.
Don't push the car just yet. The track is still green. Try and take it easy for the first couple of laps.
Oh my god, guys, the more I look at this game, the more I think it's fucking pretty. It looks almost like real life. I swear, if there weren't like all those weird things and if you added like a TV thingy, I don't know, it would just be impossible to tell the difference. So yeah, this was my practice session. I didn't show you anything because nothing happened really, apart from this rookie error, of course. So yeah, I ended up in 18th position, not too great. But I hope to do better in the qualifying session, which, well, didn't really happen, as you will see.
Welcome to Melbourne, where qualifying for the Australian Grand Prix should be getting underway shortly. We'll soon learn the true performance of these cars out on track. What can we expect to see in the following session?
Well, I think we're all expecting the Mercedes power unit to be particularly strong this year, so I wouldn't be surprised to see them at the front. But I wouldn't discount Red Bull or Ferrari just yet. We know they have the talent and the resources to react to any problem, so although they may be playing catch-up, I would expect them to bring some major upgrades pretty early, maybe before we even get back to Europe.
So yeah, as you can see here, we are in P11 and P12. Of course, this is only one-shot qualifying session, but as you can see, we just lose all the places in the last 2 corners, or like 1 corner and a half really, which is really stupid. I really don't like one-shot qualifying sessions, and I hoped that it was possible to change it later on and just add a longer qualifying session and just leave the practice session and everything as it was, because that was pretty good. But no, it's impossible.
For Mercedes today, they've locked the front row of the grid for tomorrow's race.
They've really worked hard this weekend, and it seems they've been able to set up the cars perfectly today. Whether this will translate into race pace tomorrow, well, we'll just have to wait and see.
So yeah, unfortunately, but we will try to do better in the race in a second.
The crowd are here, and they're here in numbers for the first race of the season. Welcome to the Australian Grand Prix. It's a great position for Lewis Hamilton to start the season from, and one that he'll be hoping he can capitalise on and turn into a race win today.
Well, we all know that Lewis has raw speed, and if you give him a fast car, he'll win races. So if he can stay out front by the end of the first few corners, I'm sure he's going to be very difficult to beat.
How does Nico Rosberg go about finding the time he was lacking at the end of qualifying in today's race?
Well, he's got to stay within touching distance of the lead during the first stint and then look to capitalise as the car becomes lighter and the tyre degradation eases.
So yeah, there we go. For the first time we are here on the grid. And the lights are out. We got a pretty good start here. Everyone is about at the same place everywhere, and even the Marushas keep in track here behind us. We throw up our hand out of frustration, even though we were probably the ones squeezing Ericsson there in the Sauber, trying to get as many positions as possible down here. I thought they fixed that, but apparently the AI just doesn't want to get overtakes there on the first lap. Sergio Perez did a really great move there on us, but we managed to get back around the outside. I love this move because everything, well, I love the start of the race. It's pretty much perfect because it looks almost like a real one. I didn't do any mistakes, or like a little bit, maybe pushing the AI a bit too wide, but I mean, this was really lucky, I can assure you that. I have had to restart this race a couple of times to be able to get these results, because otherwise I swear it would have been a really poor race and it wouldn't have been enjoyable for you guys. So yeah, we're behind our teammate here. Our engine is a bit overheating, but I guess it's alright. So let's see the start again. There are the two Mercedes and Ferraris and everything, a bit everyone stays a bit together, but as you can see, Massa gets quite a good start, it seems, or a bad one, I don't know. He just is the only one who really moved a little bit. We got two positions up there, and as you can see down here, the Sauber almost wants to do a move, but he backs out of it. We managed to get alongside the Force India that gets much better tractions around the outside. Oh my god, my voice is just going away right now. I didn't sleep a lot this night, of course, because of the release of this game, but as you can see there, it almost looks like we wanted to do a move on our teammate, but of course I didn't want to take him out because he's my teammate, of course. But yeah, I love those cameras, they look amazing really. As you can see, the skies got a little bit darker, I feel, and on the starting grid with those how do you call it, those girls there. It's the second lap only, or the start of the second lap, and here, as you can see, we didn't give enough space for Perez, I think it was, or I don't remember exactly, but it's one of the Force Indias anyways, and we got into a half spin, which is, oh no, I think it's Nico Hulkenberg, yeah, it's probably him. Here is his T-cam, but no, it just didn't work out really well. I thought, yeah, I'm just used to the old AI still, and I thought he had backed out of it, but he didn't. He was still pretty much alongside me. He should have backed out of it, I think, because yeah, I was clearly a lot more in front, but yeah, I think he suspected that I would be going more around the outside to get to the second corner. But anyways, we are still in P13, no harm done to us anyways. I don't think that was really worth a penalty. Tell it to me in the comment section below if you think it was worth a penalty. I don't think so, because yeah, it was pretty much just a bit, yeah, I don't know, we didn't give each other enough space. But here another little incident. I didn't see Kvyat there, or I think it was him, yeah, it's probably him, and yeah, a bit unfortunate really. I squeezed him a little too much. On lap 5 my tires were already gone, I can tell you that. So I went into the pits, and fortunately I had already changed the tires, because you can't do that in the pit section this year. I just wanted to go into lean mix, but that didn't work either. So yeah, just doing a really quick pit stop here, and coming out right behind Mr. Lewis Hamilton himself. We are effectively racing him, which is really weird. He was in pole position and he dropped down all the way to P13. I can tell you that there were yellow flags just before my pit stop, and I didn't know for who it was. There was a Force India going really slow again. Yeah, Force India is having trouble all over the place, and certainly when they are around me, it seems. But yeah, it was probably Hamilton who had a problem with maybe Sergio Perez or something, I don't know. But yeah, here another thing to note was that my tires were really slow at first, they were really cold. Here is the outlap of the AI from after their pit stop, and I was fighting a little bit with NASA. I can tell you that that fight will go on into this race. So yeah, tires are really cold. It's a lot more difficult than in other Codemaster titles, or like F1 titles, let's say, to keep your to get your tires warm at first. In the older ones, you simply had to get out, and yeah, you just had to brake just a little bit later, earlier, let's say. But here we are alongside NASA, and I think I thought he was still alongside me, but yeah, I want to give him much more room than I should have, and even now I probably slowed down too much. But a couple of laps later, we catch up to him, and we finally do a move around here. We completely shut the door because we pretty much overshot the corner, but managed to get him anyways with the DRS even. I think we got it from him, and he got it from Carlos Sainz, our teammate. I don't know why he was always telling me about Renault, because Lotus, I keep saying Renault to Lotus, I don't know why. But yeah, he kept telling me about them while I didn't really give a fuck because they weren't around. But here you can see one of the moves of NASA. He always went for that move because of the DRS, I suppose, and also on the back straight sometimes, but it was mainly here. As you can see, we get a lot of speed, and well, NASA seemed to back out of it somehow. Wow, my voice is really going. I think I'm not going to commentate again for today. I'm just gonna put another one of those hot laps. I really like those. I hope you guys do too. If you have any suggestions for that, just leave them in the comment section below. But yeah, I was really happy with that P9. Hold on, why did we get P9? We were P10 all the way, and now we're P9. And it was not the glitch, because I know there is a glitch when lapped cars stop before you, and it just makes you get further down the field. But
Rosberg at the Australian Grand Prix here in Melbourne. What a result for this German driver.
What a fantastic result for Nico. He'll be so happy to start the season on such a positive note.
After all this drama, you'd be mad not to join us for the next race. We hope to see you then. Take care.
So yeah, as I was saying, it wasn't because of that glitch, it's just because our teammate got a penalty and he was just in front of us. So he dropped down to P12, and that's actually pretty bad for our team. Instead of 3 points, we only get 2. It is really good for me though, because my season objective is to get P9 at all races, and also to beat my teammate as always. But yeah, a lot of people with small penalties, I don't know, no, big penalties actually. They are all for 5 seconds instead of 2 that you can also get on this game apparently. But yeah, a really nice race I find. Next time it should be, well, just as good, because I'm not too bad around Malaysia. So yeah, I will see you then. As you can see, P6 for Toro Rosso. Unfortunately, only having 2 points doesn't help. But yeah, we'll see you then, guys. Bye bye.